big sister blue and blue, do nothing else but grin. And you want to know the reason why? Well, Ma has said to me, young men love dolls, young men...
Hello beauties and welcome back to my channel. So today I have something that I haven't done in ages, and it is a makeup tutorial. I seem to have completely faded out of doing makeup tutorials as of late, just because I haven't felt like I've had any looks that I've been absolutely desperate to do. But today, my all yellow outfit, I knew that I was going to be doing something pretty fun on my eyes, and kind of vintagey, of course, since that's my entire style. And I thought I would just film it and show you a really simple and pretty, very autumn appropriate makeup look. So it has, of course, my cherry red lips, bright pink cheeks, and these really fun eyes, which I will attempt to show you, but you will see in much better detail in the tutorial. Hopefully the sun was beating in my face the whole time, so I'm really hoping that the footage is even usable. But yes, that is all of the blabbering. Please don't forget that you can follow me on all of my social media. You can follow me on Instagram at @averyvintagedarling. You can follow me on Twitter at @thevintagedarling. You can follow my very neglected blog, which is averyvintagedarling.wordpress.com. And that is all, and I will let you get straight into the tutorial.
Starting off already with foundation and concealer, I was really hoping that the sun wouldn't affect the tutorial too much, and luckily it didn't, but I'm going straight into my brows. Now, as you may have noticed, I pluck my eyebrows. They are fairly far apart and kind of arched and thinner. I've been going for a brow style kind of modelled off a mixture of the thinner 30s eyebrows and the more arched 50s eyebrows. It's just what I like, so I've been using a powder to extend them. This is the Soap & Glory DIY Brow Bar. It is the only eyebrow product that I own, and I really like it. So I use the small angled brush to draw on longer tails to my eyebrows. They're never really even, but no one really notices. And then I use a clear mascara to keep the rest of the eyebrow hairs carefully in place. Then, of course, I go in with my favourite face powder. I found face powder to be an essential in my makeup routine. I have fairly oily skin, so I get incredibly shiny if I don't set my makeup with a powder, and I find it doesn't last as long. And this Rose Vanilla powder by Bésame is definitely my favourite so far. I just pat it all over my face for a nice, natural, movie star-esque glow. And now for the eyeshadow. Start off with a warm brown above the centre of the crease with a fluffy brush. Then I'm using this beautiful shimmering copper colour. This is one of my favourite colours from the Clover palette. I love the texture of it. It's really, really, really beautiful, and it picks up so nicely on all eye colours. And then I'm using a really vibrant mustard colour on the inner space of the lid, so sort of the inner third that was left blank before. I really love how these two look in combination to each other. It's really gorgeous. To create more definition and also to give the eyes a more sort of lengthened and upturned look, I'm using sort of a pointed blending brush with a dark chocolate and dark purple mixed together and pushing that into the outer part of my crease. This will sort of create a more triangular shape to the makeup. And this doesn't register massively, but I took a darker sort of purple slight shimmer and I patted it onto the same area that we use those darker colours in. Then I didn't want any distracting highlight, so I'm using just a plain matte shade on my brow bone and taking the copper underneath the lash line to just complete the eye look a little bit. I find that when the lower lash line is bare, it looks a bit odd. And I took a shimmering rose gold to the inner corner and then touched up the mustard a little bit more. Now for my gorgeous, sparkly, engraved Better Than Sex mascara. I applied a I flew a few coats of this to my upper lashes, and I also got the lower ones as well. Oh my goodness, this voiceover. And then I'm using a liquid eyeliner, but not for any eyeliner on my eyes. Oh no, I'm drawing on a little beauty spot. This is just something fun. I drew it below my right eye, and I think it adds a cute sort of 20s-esque look. Now I'm using a mauve blusher to contour the cheeks. I'm using a blusher instead of a bronzer because that's just what I thought would suit this look best. And then a bright pink blusher on the apples of the cheeks backwards. This looks fairly intense, but I think it's very pretty. This is a fairly universal look, so any lip colour would suit. I went with Bésame's 1935 Cherry Red, and after using the bullet, I took a lip brush to really perfect the shape. I wanted quite a rounded sort of Cupid's bow and quite soft, rounded, pouty lips that day. I was sort of going for a slight more 1920s meets 50s meets 40s colourful inspiration. And of course you should always blot your lipstick with a tissue for long wear. That is the finished look. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and once you've taken the clips out of your hair to keep it back, you are ready for the day.